Hello, everyone. Good morning. It's a happy Saturday. It's an awesome day to craft. I do believe it is. Yes, it is. So, how are we doing this morning? I need to find you guys so I can, let's see, let's do a little refresh here so I can find you guys and comment along with you. How's everybody doing Saturday morning? You got your coffee, your tea, all that good stuff? Yeah? Little Bailey's in your coffee, maybe? I don't know. Maybe. Oh, good morning, everybody. I love this. I feel like I haven't been around to see you guys forever and a day. It's been forever, right? Yeah. So, and it's hot. There we've got Laura and Paula and Melody and wow. Come on in. Come on in, everybody. Hey, Marilyn from Colorado. I'm going to be in your little neck of the woods. September for the expo. Anyway, Tia. Speaking of being in Colorado, yeah, it's my girl. Tia and I will be going, she's going to be going on the cruise with me. Let's see, she's going to be going on the cruise with me in next March to Cozumel with Carrie and all of her buddies. So let's see what else. Early in California, I know, Cindy. You know, but I'm worth it. Yeah, whatever. Grab your coffee. Okay, couple things. Housekeeping. This is driving me crazy. Okay, if you placed an okay, let me start over again. Some of you may know, little announcement. Some of you may know that I partnered up with the Miss Kim Vandersanden to liquidate the rest of the My Favorite Things merchandise, and it has been insane. Like cray insane, fabulously insane. However, we have postal workers that just don't agree with us, and apparently on the 8th of August they came and we had a sub, and he came and picked up the totes, all 8 of them, and just decided not to scan them. Yeah, so there are 8 totes, over 100 and some orders out there that say shipping label printed, awaiting, blah, blah, blah. Okay, they really seriously have been shipped, I promise you. All of the orders have gone out. There's nothing sitting here. So if you haven't got your order, I apologize. We have called a million times. Karina's on top of it. I'm telling you, it's bananas. Well, that's the announcement. The My Favorite Things. We will be taking on a new little brand soon. It's not going to be as big and huge as the original MFT site, but we will have some fun stuff under the Riley name. We will have a little MFT, little round thing on the front of our website. I'm very excited. Kim is very talented. She's a lovely human being. I love her. We've become fast friends. It's pretty awesome. So, and they have great kits along with our kits. And no, we're not going anywhere, to dispel everybody asking, no, I'm not retiring. No, I'm not buying all of MFT. The MFT site that you saw, it is that chapter's done, and we are starting a new one with the MFT brand under Riley and Company. So there's that. Other housekeeping. Let's see. Prizes. Yeah. There's Miss Penny. Let's see. Prizes for today. Yes. 1 lucky winner. 2 lucky. Actually, I think there's 5. I don't know what I'm doing. See, I've had 1 cup today. That's it. Yes. Normally I'm fueled by a lot more than that this morning, and it has no fun stuff in it other than creamer. So I am giving away an entire set of Funny Bones to 1 lucky winner. Okay. And I am giving away 1 full set of cut-ups to 1 lucky winner. Then the grand prizes that you need tickets to, Brian's also giving away. We've donated a set to Brian to give away for the Funny Bones. That doesn't mean you can't order. Order today. Yeah. I need to feed my cat. You guys have seen the cat. I need to feed my dog. Yeah, I do. Anyway, So we're doing that, and the cards that I make today, we're giving away each one of those. So there's actually 5 prizes, and all you have to do to enter is comment. And you can comment as much as you want. Okay? Let's see what else. Miss Karina will always, let's see. Miss Karina is always with us, so she can let me know if I forgot something. I think she's busy at the moment, but MFT. Oh, yeah, I'm going to show you the new release. It is so fabulous. For you Halloween people, you are going to love this one. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. So, let's get started. I really don't know what to show you first because it's all amazing. And I could not decide on the samples today, so you're going to get to see them all. Okay? Love it. All right. Only if you, I know. Only for me. Aw, Karen, thanks. Is it what, like 7 o'clock there? It's early. But you should be in your PJs with a cup of coffee or your tea or your Diet Coke or whatever, works for you. And just lay there in bed with your tablet or your computer or your phone, whatever you're, Hi. All right. So, let's move on to, I'm going to switch you around. I haven't checked it out, so we don't know. Oh, it is. Looky there. Hi. Okay. So here's the new funny bones. Alrighty. We'll just start with those, and then I'll show you all the lovely, lovely samples. You guys are going to get a kick out of this. All right, first, the golden rule is in my house. I'll even tell you the numbers this time. So if you want to write them down, jot them down with a pen, grab one. Okay. The golden rule in my house is, if it's funny, then you're not in trouble. If you have boys and you've raised boys, you know this. You absolutely know this is a true story. This is number 1411. If I laughed, my boys were scot-free. They got a talking to about a bad decision, of course, but yeah. Pumpkin wishes and candy corn kisses. I know some of you don't like candy corn. That's why you need to send it to me. Oh, that was number 1409. Birthday checklist. Older, wiser. Yeah, except for me. And I'm not this year because I turned 45. Yeah, I did not like the other number, so I just made one up. You can do that, 1404. Hip hip hooray, Halloween is near. Monsters don't scare me. It's the 10 pounds of candy that will go to my rear. Perhaps 1385. We live out in the country. We don't get trick-or-treaters, but I buy candy anyway, just in case. Of course. Don't mess with people that decorate for Halloween year-round. We have coffin bookcases and aren't afraid to take the shelves out. All right. How many of you guys have Halloween stuff up year-round? Something that's Halloween year-round? My entire office. Maybe I should do a live and show my office when I clean it next time, because that's what's in there. I collect folk art from artists and stuff. You either love Halloween or you're probably not a fun person to be around. Just saying. Crock pots are electric cauldrons. Life is better in a pointy hat. I'm just saying. We really do have some that aren't Halloween. Not a lot, but we do. 'Tis the season to be spooky. La 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 la. All right, here you go. There's no limits to what you can accomplish when you are supposed to be doing something else. Yay. I love this one. It's so great. You can be your own Secret Santa with tequila and Amazon Prime. Yeah. Captain Morgan helps out with that too. Fall called. She's on her way. And what is she bringing? Pumpkin spice. Yay. You guys know I love pumpkin spice. You know. Last year on my personal page, I tested out a whole bunch of different pumpkin spice things. So, if money can't buy happiness, explain Halloween decorations. And I love this one too. Thank you for being my friends. This is for all of you. Thank you for being my friend. Questionable life choice, but I appreciate it. Number 1412. Oh, I haven't been giving you the numbers, have I? No one is saying you're old. They're just thinking it. And finally, fall, the beautiful time of year between heat stroke, that would be today, and frostbite. Yes, it is hot today. It is hot everywhere. Everywhere. So stay in and craft. That's what today's all about. So let me show you. The girls went bananas this time. You are going to love these. There are so many fabulous ideas, and then wait till you get to the cut-ups. Unbelievable. If you find something that's pumpkin spice, just let me know. Just let me know. I would absolutely love to test it out. So let me know what it is. I'll try it. If I can get it here, I'll try it. Yeah. Okay. Ready? Oh, I think. Okay. Anyway. No one is saying you're old. They're just thinking it. Look at it. Oh. Is this funny? Same thing. I'm going to show you. They're going to be repeats of the sayings, but they're also dang cute that I just can't help it. I know. Isn't that adorable? No one is saying you're old. They're just thinking it. All right. The golden rule in my house is if it's funny, then you're not in trouble. Daddy stepped on my ball and it fell out the window. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's cracked. It's hysterical. Oh, hang on. I have got to get this feed off because conversation. Nope, I have to put it back up so I can see you guys, I guess. Dang it. Okay, sorry about that. All right, here's another one. Golden rule in my house. If it's funny, then you're not in trouble. Oh my God. My boys went ding-dong ditching, which I do not find funny whatsoever because their friends were doing it to us, and it's terrifying, actually. But they came flying around the corner of the house one night. They were the most terrified children I've ever seen, and it was the funniest thing ever. So we had a comment, or we had a little session about choices and consequences, and they never did it again, but I gotta tell you, it was the funniest thing ever. All right, same thing. Look at this, but this is one of our dies, and you will notice which one. These are bats for the eyebrows. Yeah, cute, huh? Same thing here. Luciana always does the greatest backgrounds. All right, 'tis the season to be spooky. Please notice these two fabulous die cuts there. 'Tis the season to be spooky. Oh, these are the candy corn ones. I love them. I love them. This is from, I gotta show you guys both this at the same time. So this is our candy cane. What am I thinking? Candy corn border. Okay. The great thing about the candy corn border is every single one of these little candy corns are the exact same size. So if you make them and you do this 4 times, so you do it in white, glitter, orange, and yellow, then you'll have 4 different backgrounds, but you don't have to use the outline. You can just do them like this. Fun, huh? Love it. And I have to show you this. Last time I showed you the new in Christmas in July, we showed you the new flower stamp sets for the Aunt Martha's. She used those. Isn't this adorable? I just love it. All the little dies. Okay. Money can't buy happiness. Explain Halloween decorations. I'm so sorry. I just keep bringing that up there, don't I? All right. Fun. Aren't these cards just phenomenal? These girls are so good. Look at this one. Dress up cow in a witch costume. Yes. Look at that. Halloween decorations. Spirit Halloween. I just now caught that. It's so cute. Look at that. Oh, yeah. When I had my store, I used to make the girls dress up. Every single Halloween, they had to dress up. It was something, and I'm not sure it was always appreciated, but the customers loved it, and I was completely entertained, which was the most important thing. So, Halloween. Yes, I just got I completely squirreled because my messenger is going off as I speak. Okay, birthday checklist. Older, wiser. Birthday checklist. Older, wiser. Look at that. Hang on in just a second. Alrighty. And one more. Look at this. The Halloween or Halloween Skelly is on there as well. Sorry, I'm very distracted and I apologize for that. But there we go. No one's saying it. And this is the dinosaurs from the Aunt Martha sets too. No one is saying you're old. They're just thinking it. I think there's more of those, but I don't know. I got them all out of order. So look at this card. Luciana is so good at this. She can make the most realistic cards out of paper. It cracks me up. Little giggling Riley has a bottle of tequila, and look at all these Amazon boxes. So cute. You can be your own secret Santa. I couldn't choose. So look at the little daiquiri glasses. And fall. The beautiful time of year between heat stroke and frostbite. Yeah. Okay. There's another one. I love it. Sunshine into fall into winter. Isn't this gorgeous? I love these cards. They were so creative this time. This is the overlays. We have those overlays. This is the leaves overlay. This is the snowflake overlay. Yay. And this went from summer to fall to skiing. I just love these cards. So creative. All right. Fall called. She's bringing pumpkin spice. I love it. Love this. So I'll just show you all these cards. Look at that. This pumpkin's done with ovals. I don't know if you guys have seen that or not, but isn't this fabulous? Yeah. Okay. Now, where are we going? Let's see. There's more. And I will zoom through these. Thank goodness Brian gave us an hour and a half today. Woo! Fall call. There's another way to do that. I love this. I love any card that you can touchy-feely and it feels great. Isn't this fun? There are no limits to what you can accomplish when you're supposed to be doing something else. Yes, sirree. I can find all kinds of stuff when I'm supposed to be cleaning. You stop, you look in this drawer, then you start cleaning out the drawer because you're looking, oh, I forgot I had that. Food truck, closed for crafting. And look at Miss Penny in the witch's outfits. Isn't that cute? And I love this card. I love these colors. And crock pots. And look at just the difference. You can do so much with it. And this is from the same set. Okay. The dress up witches set. There you go. And hip hip hooray. Halloween is near. Look at this. How this opens. Fun. And another one. Are you guys getting bored with this? I'm just showing you all of them because I love them so much. This is so creative. I think, yeah, Miss Tia did this one. Look at how cute this is. She turned it into a card. All right. Don't mess with people that decorate for Halloween. Don't do it. These cards are just so incredibly beautiful. Isn't that fun? Look at those colors. I think that's why I like Halloween. I like the colors, and I like the fact that you can just dress up and be an idiot, and it's expected, right? I think that's why I like St. Patrick's Day too, because you can dress up and be an idiot and drink beer. You know. And my little dude here keeps falling off. He's supposed to go here. Bert loves pointy hats. Okay, now I'm going to get into, yep, okay. I'm trying to make the cut-ups a surprise because they're so awesome. Isn't this adorable? Luciana made that. And it would not surprise me if she just came up with that out of just her creativity. They are amazing. These girls are fabulous. Either you love Halloween, you're probably not a fun person to be around. So, does this look new to you? Yes. Look at how cool this moon is. I might set that aside. Oh, look, there's another really cool moon. there's a really cool background too. Look at that. I love this. And I want to show you guys this. Questionable life choice, but I appreciate it. I really do. Like, I love cards like this. You can see through them. Anything unusual, look at that. Thank you for being my friend. And these are with the butterflies from the set last time. Isn't this gorgeous? And finally, we have our buddy, our namesake. And you don't have to use the funny saying. You can just put a little note there and just thank somebody for being your friend. Yeah. Okay. Are you ready? There's only 6 of these, but I gotta tell you, they are mighty. All right, I'm gonna get my space cleaned up and get these cards put away real quick. Stick them in a box. You guys should see. You should see my studio desk when I'm done talking to you guys. You guys see like a little, like I'm probably 16 by 12 inch space, and the rest of it is just absolutely destroyed. All right, so here is the first one. Okay, and this is our little boo outline. All right, this is about, I'll show you the size of my hand. It's a good size. And if you take, the fun thing about these outlines that we have is if you use 4 colors, use a black, a green, an orange, and a purple, and you cut this out once of each one, all right, you can make 4 totally different, let's see, let me find 4 totally different arrangements just with those 4. Look at that. Easy. And you can use the words by themselves with some little googly eyes. Kind of thought that was a little fun. And here's some cards that were made. You put it on a action wobble. Aren't these beautiful? I love it so much. Okay, and speaking of outlines, let's look at this one. I love this guy too. I know. I've said that love word a lot, but I'm kind of feeling it. It is also a good size die. Comes with 2 pieces, the shadow and the outline. And you can do the exact same thing that you could do with the boo shoes. Glitter paper is always so much fun. Luciana did this card. The girl can do backgrounds. This is a blended background. And then she just cut out of it, put white in there, built it up. You guys can see it's just a little bit built up there. There's another one, some glitter. And if you just want to go simple, choose a great background, some glitter paper. Or you can team it up. Yeah. Now, you kind of saw this before, and you guys know our overlays, right? The overlays are, and of course I don't have it handy, but it's this piece right here. And this piece that is now cut off will tuck behind your card, and it's a free overlay like this. Okay, but you can also use it just like that. Isn't that great? And look what Tia made. Kathy asked, do I have a favorite brand of glitter paper? Yes, I actually do. I really do. Several people carry it now, but I really love the Paper Cuts glitter paper a lot. My Colors is starting to carry it, which is Photoplay. I like them a lot too. Look at this card. I have to show you guys. You have to pull it out so it stands up, but it rocks. Isn't that fun? Yeah, Tia nailed it with that one. Okay, make sure that was right. But you can stand it up as well. The next one, now the next 3 or 4, actually I think 3, kind of can go together. So here is our spooky little house in the tree. Look at this card. This blew my mind because A, I would never choose these colors, which made me think I really do need to get my cube out, the color cube. And B, this is with an outline. She did not use the outline, and it makes it feel raised. It's just a really great feeling. This card is so cool. But wait, this is really cute. But what if you add this bad boy? Look at this. Guys, this has got to be one of my favorite dies that's ever came out of cut-ups. I absolutely think it's just a background. It can be on its own. I'm going to show you a bunch of different ways to use it. This is a big full card size. And I have to show you this too because it goes, all these cards have them both. This is Tanya's idea of a stamp and a stencil all at the same time. A paper cube. I will explain that. If you guys will remind me, I will explain that later. It's the color cube. It's color ideas and it's really fun. Google a color cube. You'll see. I've got them both. I couldn't help myself. But see this? It is just a die. It's one single die and 3 bats. But if you leave it in there and then you turn it over, you can ink it up and it becomes a moon. It is the simplest moon that you can make. And I love Tim's stencils, but they're in a package and I don't have them. They're Dolores's, so I had to come up with something else. So this came out of necessity. Are you ready? Look at these cards. Isn't that just phenomenal? It's paper and a cutout and a cutout and a cutout. That's it. And look how spectacular that card looks. I am in awe of this card. I absolutely love it. Dolores and Kelly just love it. Okay. Then here's another one. Same story with just trees in the background. It's so simple. There's really nothing to it. Then of course, Tia, honey, I have to apologize, but I have opened and closed this and this poor little thing has just been through the ringer. But look at this. So what she did is she put this in the background, stamped first, did the moon. Look at this. It folds out. Can you guys see that? Flat, flat, and then pop. This is going in my collection in my office. And the backgrounds are so easy. I love to blend. I love to blend. But the papers that they have these days, you can find so many of them. Here's another incredible way, Dolores and Kelly. Here we go again. They're so creative. They took the exact same die, this, okay, cut it right in the middle, and then put it together the other way, and it makes a tree. I would have never thought of that. And glitter paper for the back. Genius, right? And I'm going to show you this one because it shows just the moon, and then you just put the bats, and she put colors behind them to give it interest. And finally, moon and the bats. Look at that is a spray. Can you guys see that? Total spray. Okay, that's it. Now, there are specials going on. You can get the whole bundle of Funny Bones, of course, just like I always do, for 20% off for the whole bundle. It's a really good deal. Like, it's only $75, I think, for all 6. It's perfect. In the Funny Bones, there's a special going on with that too. But I thought, since we're here, and since I love Halloween, and since they used other stuff, I had to put together a list of everything Halloween for a different vendor the other day. I think I'm just going to run through and show you all the good stuff. The cut-ups that we have. The Funny Bones are too long and I'd have to go through and pick them all, but these I could just grab off the shelf. So look at that. Spooky Tree number 1, Spooky Tree number 2, and Spooky Tree number 3. And I did 3 so that you could use them on cards and use them together and they would look different, right? These are the Change Out Jacks, 3 pumpkins, 4 faces. Our ghosts, which, please, another outline. Okay. Little spider web to always go, and the little spiders, and a word set that goes with this. Everybody needs bats. Bats always add great interest. And a big, huge backgrounds, which is also an outline. This would be really fun to just use the pieces parts. October 31st, kind of like the Boo shoes, right? And then look at these two. That's what Tia used on that card. Fence, houses in the background, trees in the background. Easy stuff. So, do you guys want to get to creating? Because I want to get to creating. All right. Eyes thirsty? Alrighty. The kit this month, I believe that there's a handful left. It does center around coffee. However, not really coffee. I made a couple coffee cards because that's some of the paper that was in there. But there's so much other paper in this kit, I can't wait to show you. So these are the 3 cards that we're going to make. Okay, remember when you didn't need coffee to function and buying jeans didn't make you cry? Yeah, exactly, right? And this one, I completely cased the idea. I learned that at Paper Ganza a couple weeks ago. It's a new word. You guys need to write it down. Case, C-A-S-E. It's like a nice way of saying, yep, I totally ripped off that idea. You case it, and then you change it up a bit. Love it. So that's what I did. Look at this card. This is in the kit, and this sits just like that on somebody's desk. Hindsight, I probably would have popped this up a little bit so it would stay a little easier, but isn't that fun? I'm going to show you how to do that. And finally, just a regular thank you card. If you don't like coffee and you love this kit, change out the paper and leave off the coffee cup. Right? I'm going to show you how to do it. All right, let's get started. Let's do this one first. Why not, right? So in our kits, if you guys are not familiar with our kits, everything is always pre-cut and pre-stamped and pre-embossed, all right, for you. So that all you have to do is read the instructions and glue them together. And a lot of times we give you photographs, and a lot of times they're so easy you don't even need the instructions. So you get that. Here's the instruction sheet. You get individual photos in individual packs. This time we had little pearls that came with it, where to find us, and the paper pack. Now the paper pack is phenomenal. I've used some of these, so I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to show you guys these papers. The colors, I think it was the colors that drew me to this. The beiges and the pinks and the sage color. But look at all these different colors. Stripes. And they all go together. They're just incredible colors. Can you guys see that? I hope you can. I hope the light's good enough that you guys can see these. So, without further ado, like I said, I think there's some left. A handful, but I think there's some left. Karina can put up the link to them, I believe. Case is the highest form of flattery. Yes, it is. Isn't it, Carol? Absolutely. And I'm just like, wow, about time somebody said that, because I like to case. It saves a lot of time, right? Let's do the hard one first. The hardest one, right? None of them are hard, but I will. This is the one that probably takes the longest. The other 2 are quite quick. So this is the card that we're going to make. And comes with all these papers, so everything is just putting it together except this first little piece. And it says in the instructions, all you have to do is take this and score a line right here. And then we are just going to fold it, and we're going to fold it front and back so it works it. Okay? The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to take a ruler. This is 5.5 wide, so you're going to put a little dot at 2 3/4 and 2 3/4. Yes, I cased this card, I have to tell you, from my darling Peggy. I did not bring. Oh, really? Really, Tanya? I sure thought I did. Oh, yes, I did. Okay. A pencil. So all I'm going to do is between those dots, I'm just going to draw a little light line, and then I'm going to take my scissors. And I'm just going to come up. If you would like to use your cutter, that's great. And I'm just going to slowly cut along that line. Okay, and that's all there is to it. If you would like, you can take an eraser and erase off your pencil line. You really don't have to. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to find our zip dry. And we are going to, I have to get, see, even I have to get my picture out right here. And that was cut too big. Yes, it was. All right. So let's get this big piece, and it is going to, you have to find the right pieces, okay? 2 of them will fit exactly on the front. And then 1 of them is for the inside piece. So make sure that you do that. Let's grab my favorite weapon of all time. Everybody say it together. Zip dry! When I went to Paper Ganza, you guys are not going to believe this. I took everything we had in the warehouse. Everything. If you don't know what Paper Ganza is, I'll explain that in a minute. But I took everything. It was probably 8 cases. In the very first class, sold them all out. The poor people in the second class, we had to raffle off what was in there. I seriously had to draw names and they could buy them if I drew their name. It was hilarious. Zip dry. This is fabulous. This, if you do not know about zip dry, which a lot of you do, but if you do not, zip dry is a wonderful little glue that's liquid, and it's very much like the old rubber cement that we used when we were kids. And the best thing about it is it lets you move around your pieces of paper while they're still wet. If you get some on your desk area, all you have to do is rub it off if it squeezes out. Now the great thing is, also, if you don't like this color, it will let you remove it. See how wet it is? I do, so I'm going to put it back. It only lets you do that for about 20 seconds. Totally fabulous, because I screw up all the time. And it's quite helpful. So I'm going to do that too, and we're just going to glue this on. I'm not quite for sure. I don't think I would like card making as much if there was no zip dry, honestly. Because I do mess up a lot. I go really fast, and so I mess up. Does it have a strong odor? It has an odor. Okay, when you first open it, it has an odor. I don't know. I don't smell it anymore. Some people do if you're real sensitive and you don't use it all the time. But I don't smell it anymore. So we have this. We're going to find our 2 pieces of paper. We're going to put those there. Okay. Just like that. The hardest part about this whole card was just the instructions, and I did not put the dimensions here, so you guys might want to write that down. You're just going to measure over 2 3/4 and 2 3/4. This piece is not the size I wanted it, but that's okay. I'm just going to glue it on and trim it off the back. That's what I'm going to do. If you want to do it exactly like the photograph in your kit, you will need to cut a 1/4 inch off this piece. Alrighty. And see, I got a little bit of glue right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Right? And it just rubs off. No kidding, it rubs completely off. I'm going to turn this over and cut it off just like that. So that is our front piece. We're going to continue just to decorate it. And I'm going to put these little guys on here just like that. And this is where it comes in really handy. You know, I'm telling you guys about zip dry. I'm really hoping that the shipment came in with zip dry in it, because it was all gone. Completely. Alright, and while I'm going to rub this off, I'm going to tell you guys about Paper Ganza. It was insane. Is there anybody on here that was at Paper Ganza? I know Tia's on here, and of course she went, but people from all over the world. It was put on by Craft Roulette, Mary Gunn, and Amanda with Pear Blossom Press. And there were 125 people that came from literally all over the world. All over the world. Honduras and Canada and 2 or 3 other countries that I can't remember. And I don't know how many states they had covered. Like, I only met one person that was from Kansas City. American Most, she was there. Yay. I was there. Ellen Day's there. Hey, this is so awesome. Sitting with Tia. Hi, Ellen. See, I can't see your picture. Okay, the flower trim, since everybody loves that, I'm going to tell you where I got it. That's a Karen Burniston die. And for those of you guys that don't know, Karen and I own that company together. She's my business partner with KB Riley, and that's where this comes from. It's a trim set. So we're going to put this on. There's a little coffee piece that I took off, and you can leave this off if you really don't like the whole coffee thing and you want to change out the words and stuff. But for this purpose, I'm just going to trim this up. All of us know somebody that likes coffee, right? Right? Oh, Kimberly was there. Yay! I know we had some fun, didn't we? That was absolutely a blast. That is the first time I have ever taught a class that brought me to tears. So everybody was so gracious, and we absolutely had so much fun. We made cards, and Mary did a live craft roulette on Friday night. So when they do it, if they do it again next year, which I'm sure they will, really look into it. It is completely worth it. It was a whole weekend event. It was not a crop. It was a whole weekend event. Okay, so I'm just going to put that right on there like that. Make sure it's centered. All right. Then we're just going to put our cups on here. And I'm going to look at my picture just to see where I put them. Okay. Everything's pre-cut. I'm just going to stick that down there. I love this coffee cup die set. Put this here. All right. Now, if you want to put the heart in, this is why I'm going to tell you this. Watch this. See, I already did it. I told you I screw up all the time. Zip dry lets me pull it back off. I'm going to put this brown piece just like this so I can get a brown heart behind there. I'm going to turn that off. And then I'm going to re-glue it. And I could have done that if that was white liquid glue. Karina can put up a link to zip dry if you would, my dear. In my rainbow shoes. Yeah. On this, if you want the insides to look like you have coffee, all you have to do is take a brown marker. Now the die set cuts this out, of course, right? But you can just use a brown marker of any kind and color it in. Okay? Somebody's going to win this card too. Yeah. So if you get it and you want these colored in, that's all you have to do. I don't have a brown marker down here. I'd show you how to do it. So this front part is completely done. All we're going to do now is glue this up. Just like that. And you have 2 pieces remaining. Oh, you guys, I'm so silly. Yeah. This was the piece that went there. Use that piece instead. I'm a ding dong. These were to put behind here. Yeah, well, you know what? We might still be able to. Look at that. Look at that. See? We're going to shift it just a tiny bit, and it's going to be this little blue stuff back there. So let's put a little glue here. And I'm going to slide this back here, cut that off, cut that off, cut that off, and do this. We were literally at the airport. If you are able to fly, you arrive across the street from the airport and the shuttle is 1 minute. Yeah, and on top of that, that airport was, that hotel was gorgeous. absolutely stunning. The food was fantastic. Everything was just absolutely phenomenal. I was so impressed. What an event center. It was just beautiful. Do I have any hot chocolate or cocoa things? Why, yes, we do. Um, Hot cocoa is a hug and a mug. Are those cups fussy cut from the paper? No, ma'am. This is a die set that we use. It's called, I believe it's coffee cups. I think. If you look on the instructions, which I can, hang on if I can find them. Anything that I use in the kits is always listed down below. And so it is the Cut Ups Coffee Cups, RD581. Okay. The event was in Kansas City, Penny. And I am going to just do this with this one. I was just amazed at that event how absolutely half hot chocolate, half coffee. Oh, what? Well, Tyler, my favorite drink in the wintertime is half coffee, half Bailey's. Kind of the same thing, but not really. All right. Or rum chata. Rum chata is good too. Ready? Yeah, I just drove in, Mona. It's great. The parking is great there, everything. So now we have our front done correctly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this, I'm going to glue just this top piece, okay, right here. There. And I'm going to line it up with the very top. Just like that. I'm going to take the green piece that's in here and flip these little guys up, and we're going to glue the green piece underneath. Yep. Messy girl I am. Yes, I am. Slide that right in there and just butt it right up against the top. And use my zip dry and line it up. Gnat. Apparently he's sharing my space with me today. Then there's this little strip that we're going to put right along the bottom to kind of dress it up a bit. And this is going to go, oh my goodness sakes, you guys know what I forgot to do? Me bad, let's see if I can still get it off. It locks down. Yeah, okay. Wow, completely live TV, bad thing. All right, so what I'm going to do, instead of tearing this off, you guys are just gonna have to bear with me, and I'm going to fix it in a minute. Now I'm using a different glue, and I'll tell you why. This is, so what I did wrong, wow, I haven't done this before, but I was too busy talking about coffee and stuff. I gotta get this glue working. There we go. Is if I put this saying down in the middle, I did not fold my edges like this. There's no way for this card to stand up because I didn't fold this piece first. So I hope you guys are not really going along with me, because that means, you know, that your card's kind of messed up too. But I am going to show you how to fix that. And I'm just going to find a piece of gray. Let's see. I just need a piece of gray. All right. So the way that we're going to fix this is we are literally just going to cut this top piece off. just like this, right along the line. I'm going to pivot and show you the right way to do this. So we're just going to pretend that there is no white piece behind here for now. All right, we're going to put this on top of another white piece that I'm going to cut. All right, these are going to be used as panels for the next one. And this is simply going to just glue right back on. So I need to get 2 pieces of paper. All right, stay with me, bear with me a minute. Oh, goodness sakes. Please feel free to talk amongst yourselves. We shall just redo this whole entire little thing. Okay, can we start this over again? Yes. Alrighty guys, here's our base piece again. Here's the little piece of gray that I have folded off, right? We're going to go back, and I don't think that this is actually the right size, but it might be. Nope, that's okay. I'm going to cut that off. No worries. Jeez, I can't believe I did this. Yeah, embarrassing. Awkward. Do that. And do that. And draw our little line. And I'm going to go trim this real quick. Hang on. Oh, I should really have a trimmer over here, shouldn't I? Okay. Good thing that he gave us an hour and a half today. So here we go again. I think I'm pretty close. Yep, I can trim those off in a minute. So we're just going to cut the center line again. All right. I'm going to put this piece right here. I'm not gluing it down, but I am just going to trim off this base piece here. And I'll show you exactly what I did wrong, because it's a really important piece for this card. All right, now in order to make this flip up, okay, there's a very, very important thing that you need to do, which is take each one of these and fold them diagonally, just like this. Okay, and this. And I can only imagine if Peggy's watching this, she was probably going, no, 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 don't do that yet. So, okay, these guys, when they're folded down, see, this is what it looks like now. We're going to fold this down. All right, see how this folds up? Okay, that's what we're doing here. So when you glue those on, you are going to glue them to this piece right here. All right. Well, now at least you get the experience of zip dry locking down, because boy does it. All right, we're going to glue this guy on here. Right along the top. And we're going to glue this one right along the top. We're going to make them nice and even, just like that. And bring them together. And while I'm holding that, I am just going to put some glue on this guy. I do believe in all of the time that I have been doing things, I've not goofed up this bad, but hey, now we know that it can be fixed. And again, we are going to take this entire piece and we're going to glue it to our white card, right? All right, you guys still commenting? Yeah, everybody's still commenting because somebody's going to win this card and the next card and the card after that. Now see, this is what it's supposed to do right there. We're going to glue this piece back in. Just like that. Get it nice and aligned beautifully. And finally, this piece is going to go in the middle. Now, color the edges of the coffee piece so the white doesn't show. You mean here? Huh. Okay. I'm going to pop this up this time so that it stands up a little easier. Okay, now this is going to go in the center. All right, so you kind of have to spot it there. It's going to hang over just a bit. See how that holds it a whole lot easier? So on the end where it's hanging over, that's okay. You can leave it like that if you've got a big envelope, or you can simply snip it off. We're going to take one of these little flowers and put right there. Somebody said foam tape rules. You know, it really does. I use it on everything. Foam tape and stickles. And look at that. Now, at the very end, I'm going to come back and put all of the little pearls on, all of them at the same time, okay? You guys. Yes. Recovery effort, recovery effort. Alrighty, now we're going to set that aside. We are going to go on to card 2. This is super easy. Ah, goodness sakes. Now, really easy. All you're going to do, I even gave you a photograph of the inside so you would know what to do. Okay, so the first thing the instructions tell you, of course, is to, this was just a regular half sheet of 8.5 by 11 to an A2. You're going to fold it in half, and then you're going to cut off the center top to the lower right bottom. Right? Easy. Then we're just going to glue this piece in here. If your zip dry ever does this, see this right here? All right. This right here. Just going to glue it in. You just pull that off. It's going to do that. It's going to get kind of gummy. You just pull it off. If it's on your hands, you just rub it off. All right. Go ahead and center that nice and pretty on the inside. And then our next piece is this one. And we're going to glue this down flush with the corners, but only along this edge. Only here, because that's going to create our pocket. All right. So that's all that is. The front part is the exact same thing, except this goes here along the edge. I'm just going to leave a real nice little white strip there. I think this might be the easiest one of this whole entire thing. All right, so we have that done and that done. Now, here is your little coffee bean strip. This is also a Karen Burniston or a border die. I love these so much. All right, so I'm going to flip that over. Now I'm going to use a different glue this time. This is our Karen Burniston fine line glue, and the reason I like it is because of the tip. All right, this dries almost instantly. All right, so you're going to have to be very careful, but it sticks really well and it doesn't move on these little tiny pieces. You can use zip dry, that'd be just fine. But then you'd be rubbing all of this off. And I didn't want to mess with that, so I'm just going to take that and just cut it off. I'm going to take my pre-cut thanks that's in glitter. Love it. Did you lose me? Because it still says I'm alive, I believe. Am I live? Hold on. Still says live. I'm still here. All right. Do this. Thank goodness that was zip dry because I just caught that. Ready? That's good, and of course I'm going to pop that up with some foam tape. So I'm going to go right along these edges, okay? Right here and here. I think some of the funnest part of a Saturday crafting is I go back and I read you guys' comments for the rest of the day. It takes a while. It takes a while. Okay, that is going to be the only one that's going to work. I cannot use this top part. So all I'm going to do is, I think I might just take it off. And just cut this in half. Sit that there. So I want just this little teeny tiny piece here in the corner. All right, just like that. Easy, huh? And I'm going to slide that in there. Okie dokie. Sit that there, sit that there. And all we have left to do is to put the coffee cup right here. That's all. I love to read the comments. Somebody said I'm sure you get joy out of reading all these comments. I like to read them because I figure that if you guys take the time to put them down, I can certainly take the time to read them, right? So, and again, all you have to do is take a brown marker, excuse me, and fill that in, and you're good to go. Easy, and it's a little pocket. See how easy that one was? Right. I sure wish you could send that to Southwest Oklahoma. Well, your name might be drawn. You just never know. All right, there's that one, and we have one left, and I have 25 minutes, so geez, right? Victor! Our buddy Victor's here. Illustrator, designer, extraordinaire. Designer. Extraordinaire. All right, so this is our last card that we're going to make. We're going to do some coloring, and I'm going to show you some really cool techniques to use with this. So let's fold this in half. I try to keep all the cards quick and simple so that if you have this kit, you can sit down and you can go through them. The reason that we pre-cut everything, I know a lot of kits aren't, and it makes a lot more financial sense to not pre-cut everything, trust me, because some things can get quite tedious. But I like you guys to be able to grab a kit and get it done. You know, sit down at one setting and just get it done. So that's why we pre-cut. So I'm just going to take these pieces, look at my card photograph, and just start gluing them on. The flamingo that I'm using here is the giggling flamingo. He's a giggler. And so all of our dress-up characters have giggling characters as well. The dress-up clothes do not fit them, but they're cute. And if you put them on an action wobble, they're adorable. All right, this is going to go right here. And if you are not a coffee person, turn it over. It's okay. Alrighty. Make sure it's right side up. Yes. All right. Now I'm going to show you a little trick. So we sent these with you guys. All right. You're going to use these just in these little corners. Okay, so I'm going to turn it this way, and I'm going to use this edge for this corner, and I'm just going to put some glue here. I can finish it up in a minute if it doesn't come all the way to the edge, but just lay that on there just like that. Kind of lining up the little squares there. And then I'm going to flip it over and trim it off. This is a really great way to trim off excess paper because it always stays straight with your edge that way. All right. And I also read through your comments in case you guys have questions. I like to answer them. So then the top one, the leftover piece, I'm just going to put up here in the corner. All right. This is one of our newer shape sets. It's got, I think, 8 of these shaped dies in different sizes. All right. We always have a challenge on the themes. So doing a coffee theme kit was kind of a risk because not everybody drinks coffee. We know that, right? So with your comments, since I want you guys to comment for a chance to win, tell me what kind of themes that you like to see. Miss Peggy, Peggy just joined, and Peggy, I destroyed your card, but I fixed it. Wait until you see it. All right, so going on, tell me in the comments what kind of kits, what kind of themes do you like in kits? Birthday, you know, what kind of colors are great in kits, you know? All right, so this piece I am just going to line it up. Put that on. And then I'm just going to glue this down. So when you guys, I wonder if you guys, when you join, I'm curious. So if you jumped in right now at 10:24, would the live start over for you and then you would watch everything, or does it go right to that 10:24? I don't know. And so my zip dry just kind of squished out there a little bit. Now we are going to color our little flamingo. This guy is just going to come right up here like this, and I'm going to pop it up with some foam. All right. There we have it. And I'll put that on just like that. And all we have left to do is the little flamingo. Now we used a Cricut to cut these out, so this little piece is still going to need to be cut out for you guys, okay? And you can just do that with a sharp pair of scissors and just trim around it. The die for the giggling flamingo will cut this out for you. See, I can't talk and fussy cut at the same time because I'm so terrible at it. Now you know. Now you know the one thing that makes me concentrate so much that it'll make me be quiet. All right. Cut this off. Yes. All right. That's as much as I fussy cut. So let's get the coloring. For those of you that don't know, on the instructions for each kit, I always list the markers to put up here. Okay. Oh, that's good to know. Okay. Well, Peggy, if you watch the replay on this, you're going to be mortified. But I fixed it. I fixed the card. I did. So let's color our flamingo. Now I have a whole bunch of different pinks. We also have a video on YouTube on how to color these. I think the dress up flamingo, which is the same colors for this. All right. But I have a lot of pinks here. You may not need to use all of those, and that's okay. So I'm going to take the lightest color, which is the R12, and I'm going to use my little photograph as my guide, and I do know that this goes back in here for him. Okay? And I'm going to use that on his little legs too. And I always go off the edge so that it colors the white. Alrighty? Go down here into his little feet. Yes. Alright. Then I'm going to pick, now just because the cap is lighter doesn't necessarily mean that the marker is lighter. So you definitely want to test your colors out before you use them. This is an RV21, and let me just show to you. See, and the 13 is darker. So I'm going to use my 21, and I'm going to color everything on this because I want a nice base for my markers to blend on. I'm not going to do the beak on him, but I am literally just going to go all over everything. When I'm doing a big piece like this, I'm going to go around the edge, and then I'm going to do circles so that it blends really well. I have zip dry on my desk. And just go right along those edges. Okay, now the great thing, and some of you may know this if you've watched the videos, that you can use the same marker and it will give you another shade darker. So watch this. So I am going to come along the bottom and down in here and around underneath his neck and up in, under here. See how that gives me another shade? It's the same marker. Right, so you don't have to have all these colors. You really, truly don't. These are just colors that will work. So that was RV21. All right, now I'm going to come back and I am going to add in this darker color. which was RV13. Okay, I'm going to just very easily go along the bottom. I'm going to catch these little things there, and I'm going to go along the back of his feet, down in there, and here. Alrighty, and I'm going to bring some strokes up, just like that, and under here. And we primarily want this under here to be lightest on the top and darker underneath. I'm going to use it one more time and go half that distance. Okay. Use some right there under his neck where it's bent over, and in the little folds. All right, we're getting there, huh? And I'm going to take my first color and do this and just blend it. So I'm blending back with my first color that I had, so you don't see any of the harsh marks. And finally, I think I will take just a little bit darker, and always test them on your sheet before you use them, okay? So if you guys want to see more coloring, I'm going to use this to just highlight the darker pieces. Right in there. If you guys want to see more coloring, go to our YouTube. Go to the YouTube channel. We have got lots. I have quite a few of the dress-up sets colored out for you guys. I have all of the dress-up animals colored for you guys out there. And it's really fun, and you can fast forward through them, or you can stop and color, do whatever, but I always try to include lots of tips and tricks and stuff. And I am just rubbing this, if you guys can see this, I'm just rubbing along that edge, coming in just a tiny bit there. And I put a little bit more down here. And make these a little darker. And I do believe that looks pretty good, huh? Yep. I'm going to take a C8 and do this. And just dress up his little eyelashes. And I do believe I'll take this little color and make his little cheeky thing. I'm sure there's a technical term for that, I really am. And we will use, I'm going to go back to my original lightest color, which was the R12, and I'm going to pull his beak out here too. I'm going to take a little piece and go right there. And that is it. Okay. Yes, coloring takes practice. I just read that on somebody's. It does take practice. And it's fun to practice. I mean, it's a good thing to practice, right? I am actually, speaking of practicing, I am actually going to Phoenix next week. Speaking of hots, I'm going to pop this up for him. So I'm going to Phoenix to take one of the best coloring classes that there are from a coloring extraordinaire. Her name is Jennifer Dove. Some of you may know her. And I'm so excited. I practice my craft too, so I can bring it to you guys. All right, I'm just going to go there. And then the last thing that we have to do is add the pearls. I'm hoping to learn all kinds of fun new stuff to bring to you guys on our videos. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, go out and do that. And then every time I put a new video out there, it just sends you a little notification. There we go. Now all we have to do is just add our pearls. And for that, I'm going to grab my pick and poke tool. Yes, right? This class is 5 days, 4 or 5 days of nothing but coloring. And I think I need it for my sanity. So yeah, it's going to be a little a little vacation for me, little trip, little work vacay thing. So I'm not going to use zip dry to put these pearls on. Okay. I'm going to use my little tiny tip. Put 3 dots here. And I'll put 3 dots here. Okay. I'm going to use my little tool, pick them up. So for those of you that don't know about the pick and poke tool, this end that I'm using right now is wax. This is a little different than the rubbery stuff that's on most of them, and you can replace it, but it breaks easily. It really breaks easily. And we have refills if you break them. So just like a wax candle, you know, if you have a small thin wax candle and you drop it, it's going to shatter, right? So just kind of be careful with it. It just takes a nice gentle touch. I've got glue on that little spot right there. All right, oh, get up there. The other end of the pick and poke, of course, is ta-da! And of course it says Riley and Company, because that makes it really cool. So there is this one all done. Let's go back to our original card right here. I'm going to put a little pearl right there. And I'm going to put 3 of them right here and right there. Okay. In your packet, you should have enough. Come on, get. And that's in our final one is right here. And that will be just enough time for me to show you what I'm going to do at 11:45. Isn't that cute? Yay! Little suggestion. Grab your glossy accents and fill in your coffee. Just like this. What are the chances after today that this will actually, no. Glossy accents is always stuck because it's pretty much glue. Yep. Let me just cut off the tip though. Oh. So I am just going to fill this with glossy accents like that. And my little heart, I'm going to do the same thing. And this, I'm going to lay down. And do that too. And this. Alrighty. You can use the end of the pick and poke tool to take out any extras that you may have got on the paper. And to take out any bubbles. And to spread it around so it's nice and perfect. Ta-da! Alright. Whew! Okay. I feel like that was quite the challenge, wasn't it? Alright, we got it done though. Yay! Set that right there? Well, guess I'm not going to. So I'm going to use a little clip and just clip this down for now so it doesn't move on me while it dries. And I'm going to show you what I will be making on the 11:45 session, I believe. Looking for my lid. If I can find it. Ah, yes, here it is. I will be doing a Karen Burniston pop-up card for the Tanya's Take kits. Alrighty, look at this. So this is actually what is on the die. So the die for the postage pop-up has this card that Karen made as the sample on the cover. Okay, So I do a kit that actually makes the exact card with the same papers. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? And that pops up, if you guys can see that. Yeah. So this is what the kit will make. Now, I'm going to show you how to put this together, but I'm going to give you my spin on it. And I'm going to do a completely different card, but kind of the same. I'm only going to use what this used. All right. With maybe one exception, but I will use everything that's here and show you a completely different card. In the meantime, go grab your coffee, watch the next session, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you for bearing with me through all the mistakes. You guys are awesome. And for providing my entertainment for this afternoon by making comments. And I will see you soon. Thanks, guys. Take care.